So the first quarter of 2023 is over, January, February, March, and we've had great launches all around. So what I decided to do is pick out my 5 favorite or our top 5 best phones that have launched till now. But there's one thing that constantly kept bothering me, and that is the ASPs have gone up, or that is the average selling price. Up until 2019, 2020, people were buying a lot of phones under rupees 20,000. Now the average selling price is almost touching 25,000 rupees. Obviously, phones are also getting expensive, and more people who've already purchased phones, they're trying to upgrade to better options now. Quite a few people are also not changing their phones very often. And if you look at it, the list will actually start under rupees 20,000 and not 15,000 or 10,000. If you're here for the very first time, I'm Ershad. You're watching Track and Tech English. Let's begin. So I'll start off by talking about my favorite phone under rupees 20,000, and that is the iQOO Z7. Now the iQOO Z7 stands apart because most phones that have launched under rupees 20,000 in 2023 come with an IPS LCD panel. Of course, iQOO comes with an AMOLED panel. Yes, it has that drop notch and a lot of people don't like it, but honestly, the display is really good. You also get really good peak brightness, HDR support, which is again not available on a phone like the OnePlus Nord CE3 Lite. Apart from that, you also get Dimensity 920, which is one of the most powerful processors in this price category, apart from the Snapdragon 778G. Since the Dimensity 920 is a powerful processor, it's also got a good ISP to go along with it. So the camera performance of that single useful camera on the rear is very good. And of course, you get 4K video recording, fast charging at 44 watts. This is a very, very good phone. The only concern is FunTouch OS because it comes with a lot of bloatware, firstly. And secondly, it's not a very refined experience. But then again, iQOO does promise you 2 years of software updates and 3 years of security updates as well. So yeah, my top pick is the iQOO Z7. Would you agree or not? Let me know in the comment section below. Now before we move on, we'd love your support, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever we put out an awesome new tech video. So my second choice is in and around the 30,000 rupee price category, and you'll be surprised by my pick, trust me. It is actually the Vivo V27. The V27 is so similar to the V27 Pro. The only real difference between this phone and the V27 Pro is the fact that it comes with a Dimensity 7200 chip instead of Dimensity 8200. Now the performance of the 7200 is actually not too bad. It's more powerful than the Dimensity 920 and the Snapdragon 778G. But the good part about the V27 is this design. It's got a curved display, AMOLED panel, 120Hz refresh rate. It's a very good package overall. And that's not it. The V27 Pro's camera setup with the 50+8+2 on the rear and 50MP front camera, the same experience or very similar experience is possible on the V27 as well. It's surprising how good the Vivo V series is actually getting. In fact, offline, I think this is possibly the best option right now. Again, my only concern with the V27 would be FunTouch OS, which is not my favorite operating system. But again, 2 years of software updates, 3 years of security updates, that's a good promise to have. What do you guys think of the choice? Let me know in the comment section below. And now we're moving on to the heavy hitters, and this is from a brand that's actually making a decent sort of comeback this year, and that is OnePlus, and I'm talking about the OnePlus 11R. So last year's OnePlus 10R was of course a very good phone as well, but then there were some issues with the design, especially because it was a plastic back and it looked like a toy phone. But still, it's still a good option, and if you want to consider it, there's a handy YouTube product buying link. You should go check that out. Anyway, this year's OnePlus 11R takes it one step up. You get a very similar fit and finish to that of the actually more expensive OnePlus 11. In fact, you get 8 Plus Gen 1 under rupees 40,000, and it uses the same IMX 890 sensor which is also there on the OnePlus 11. Of course, the camera performance could have been better, but daily performance, battery life especially on this phone, plus charging speeds, incredible. This is a OnePlus phone that I've recommended to a lot of folks, and I know that a lot of you have already purchased the OnePlus 11R and probably have not had a great experience. So if you've had that sort of experience, do let us know in the comment section below so the other people who are trying to buy the phone would understand what the issues are. But then again, my experience with this phone, in fact, I have a colleague who's also using it, has been really good. Now my fourth option is the Xiaomi 13 Pro. Now I'll tell you why I've chosen this phone. Now this is an all-out flagship phone, but it's priced really well for the kind of features that it has. And obviously the one feature that stands out is the Sony IMX 989 1-inch sensor that a lot of people absolutely love. But what I really want to pick out is that telephoto camera, the 50MP 3x telephoto camera. The quality of that camera is so good. The portraits that you can get from it are great, and the best part is you can also do macro with it. And that telephoto macro is so sharp and crisp. It's a really good camera phone. Only concern is front camera video recording still tops out at 1080p. That has been a concern with a lot of flagship phones. They should really improve on that. That's not really happening. But then again, the rear camera performance is top notch out here. What's also top notch on this phone is actual daily performance, gaming performance. It's a very, very good phone. I have a couple of concerns. First one is it's heavy and you feel the weight. That's more like it. I mean, even the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is heavy, but the Xiaomi 13 Pro feels heavy in the sense that, you want to keep the phone down after like 15-20 minutes of using it. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we've been using this phone and the battery life is not tuned as well as other Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 phones, because you know that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 this year has been great and the power efficiency is good too, but the battery life on the Xiaomi 13 Pro is not as good as other 8 Gen 2 phones. Having said that, still a great phone. Do you guys like it? Let me know in the comment section below. And my top pick, or the best phone that I have used as my primary device all year, I mean obviously 3 months, is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now, do I need to even talk more about it? You guys know it. Great cameras, S Pen, superb design now because of course you get better in-hand feel, and of course great performance too. Good battery life as well. There's very little that Samsung does wrong. I mean, yes, you can nitpick some problems with the kind of camera tuning that it has. There are certain things that are not working in its favor, but overall, as a package, the S23 Ultra is the desirable Android flagship already. I mean, the S22 Ultra also was pretty good, and if you get a good deal on it, you can still consider it, and there should be a handy product buying link down below. You should go check that out. But then again, Samsung has made great improvements with the S23 Ultra. Easily my favorite phone. Now, while I have chosen 5 options, I want to make some honorable mentions and tell you why they sort of didn't make the list. First off, it's the Oppo Find N2 Flip. So the N2 Flip is of course a great phone, a great flip phone. Oppo's done a good job with it, especially with that large screen on the front. Now, the reason why it didn't make it to this list is because it's competing in a category where there's only one phone that has launched in 2023 till now, and that's the Oppo Find N2 Flip, basically foldables. So, we've given it some more time, maybe second quarter something else launches and we can probably compete together and then figure out if that's the best option. So when you're making a choice, it cannot be only one phone running the race, right? Now, my second pick is the OnePlus 11. Compared to the 10 Pro that launched last year, the 11 is a huge improvement, great option. I have one final pick which I'm currently daily driving, and that is the Samsung Galaxy S23. And no, I don't agree with Marcus that this is the bust of the year. I mean, it's okay to have differing opinions, primarily because the S23, what I'm seeing with this phone particularly is the kind of leaps that it has made in battery longevity. I know I have a lot to talk about this phone, but do you want a full video? Let me know in the comment section below. So those were my picks, my top 5 and some honorable mentions. What do you guys think of it? Do you think these are the best phones, or do you have any other options that you would like to suggest? Take them to the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.